is looking deep down the left side. Mendeville into the end zone. Touchdown!
Down the sideline, still 40, 20 to the house.
And the players streaming from the sideline to celebrate with 17 seconds left.
Welcome everybody back to BVarsity Live. I'm your host, Trevor Horn. We are in the downtown TBC studios. We are brought to you by Motor City, Buick GMC, and Grapevine MSP. Glad to be back. It is week 4 of the high school football season, but there's always much more around here in Kern County in terms of high school sports. High school tennis league matches started up this week. We had a couple yesterday. I know Garces won big in the SWIL while Stockdale defeated BHS. A lot of things going on. SWL golf is going on right now at Sundale. I'm gonna head out right after this show is over. Head down there and get some video for BVarsity Nightly tonight. I know the SEWIL had a girls tennis match yesterday. We were supposed to have cross country in town yesterday with the EB invite, but because of the triple digit heat and the AQI, just a little too much for a bunch of cross country runners out there. So they rescheduled that meet for September 19th. So we'll have to wait a couple more weeks to see the top Kern County runners get at it right here in town. And trust me, there's a lot. McFarland girls are ranked number 2 in the Central Section right now behind Buchanan, according to Larry Lung's Central Section rankings, while the Ridgeview boys, while in Division 3, have the number 1 overall ranking in Larry's Central Section rankings. So you look at the Wolfpack, a team that won the D3 title last year. They placed at state in Division 3 just 10 days later, and they bring back big slew of those runners from last season. So Ridgeview boys, McFarland girls are the top 2 teams in town. Then you got to look at also Marcus Moda, who's now in his senior year over at Stockdale, was a D1 champ last year as an individual, looking to repeat again, something that hasn't been done since Blake Haney. We all know who he is. He's a redshirt senior now at Oregon in his finals cross-country season. His track and field career at Oregon is over. But Marcus Moda trying to follow in some big footsteps for Blake. Other than that, volleyball, we had the Clovis Invitational over the weekend. I know Garces played well there. We had a couple of big matches yesterday. Central, who likely will be the number 1 in our first rankings next week. They defeated Centennial in 3 sets yesterday. Garces went up, played 5 sets, but lost to Clovis West. And BCHS defeated Central Valley Christian out of Visalia yesterday 3-1. So a lot of big volleyball going on here in the coming weeks. So we're going to have all of that for you right here on BVarsity Live, whether it's the print edition of the Bakersfield, California, on our website at bakersfield.com, here on our Facebook page. We'll have digital for you. We'll have video. We'll have photos. We'll have obviously stories and rankings and all that kind of stuff. So stay tuned as we really get starting to gear up here in the fall football schedule. But before we get into any of that, a reminder, we also have Nick Papagni. You know him as the Pag Meter up in Fresno. He's going to join us here on the phone here at 2:10. We're going to talk about this season when you think about those weeks in high school football that really kind of transcend and set the stage to have big playoff atmospheres and implications. We're talking about this weekend. We have 5 teams with Kern County teams in them, just the Kern County teams in them. 5 games where both teams are ranked in our top 25 rankings. Plus, you've got number 1 Central playing at number 20 Paso Robles. So you've got a bunch of big games with a lot of playoff implications going on this weekend. Another one on Saturday, you have number 5 San Joaquin Memorial playing at Garces, who was ranked 18th in our rankings, a team that's undefeated in the Panthers and a team that is winless in Garces. But, I mean, it's a toss-up when you look at strength of schedule and exactly who's going to come away victorious in that one. And you look at Memorial's looking for a big D2 victory, being the favorite in D3. And then you look at Garces, who needs a win over, a powerful team like San Joaquin Memorial to get ready for the Southwest Yosemite League slate that's just coming up in 2 weeks. 2 weeks until league play starts. But before you get into all of that, let's look at the week that was, and let's look at some of the highlights from last Friday. Start off here at Frontier. The Titans taking on Ridgeview. Always like this game when you think about Chris Bandy's now in his 2nd season as a head coach at Frontier after almost 9 years. 9 years as an assistant at Ridgeview. Nice pitch and catch there from Justin Henzo to Elijah Alexander-Williams, and Ridgeview gets on the board early on, and then Henzo one more time here, rolling out, fires, touchdown pass there, and Ridgeview has an early lead here over the Wolfpack, 7-0 after the first quarter. Later on, Frontier finally gets on the board. Ernest Jackson with a 1-yard touchdown run and cuts Ridgeview's lead to 13-7 in the second quarter. They would tack it on the extra point there, and then interception here for the Titans, and that gets Frontier geared up for a chance to take over the lead here in the second quarter, and when Dustin Montano finds Colton Baker with the 10-yard touchdown pass, it'll make it 14-13 at the half, but Ridgeview would outscore the Titans 22-0 in the second half, including this 94-yard kickoff return to start the second half for Chris Thompson. Ridgeview defeats Frontier 35-14, and the Wolfpack have another big one coming up tomorrow night. We'll preview that here in the second half of the show today. Wolfpack will host number 2 Bakersfield Friday night in a game that has been a budding rivalry here over the last 4 to 5 years. As you see Anthony Ramirez here. Great game for the Wolfpack. He led the Wolfpack with 10 tackles and also had this 56-yard catch. Move over now to Oildale. North hosting Shafter. North came in winless and Shafter came in undefeated. And the Stars are on the board here early on. Cole Fields, a 3-yard touchdown run. Extra point makes it 7-0 North. And then, ladies and gentlemen, North is making a game here. That is Michael Doughton with the 3-yard quarterback keeper. And the Stars are up 14-0 early on the Generals, a team that comes in as one of the top teams of Division 5, went 9-3 last year. North went 9-4 last year, 2 teams that went to the semifinals, but here come the Generals. Alex Aguilar didn't need much, just a little dump-off pass to Jackson Sanchez, does the rest, 39-yard touchdown pass, and after Aguilar had scored a 32-yard run, it is now 14 in just a blink. In the final 3:23 of the second quarter, Shafter scored 3 touchdowns in just 7 plays, and this one, 66-yard touchdown run for quarterback Alex Aguilar, and it's 21-14 at the half for Shafter. More third quarter action for the Generals. Aguilar, who accounted for 6 touchdowns on the night for the Generals, drops back, finds Isaac Enriquez in the back corner of the end zone, and that's a 28-0 run for the Generals, who are starting to roll here on the road at North. And finally here, Aguilar with his 3rd and final touchdown pass deep to Jackson Sanchez. Nice catch, and it is a 42-14 win for Shafter to remain undefeated, while North falls to 0-3 going into this weekend's play. And finally, here we have Liberty hosting Clovis West. This one came down to the final play last season, with Liberty winning 31-30. It was nowhere near as close as that one. For the second straight week, Sammy Stewart busts off a 20-yard plus run to start off the game, this time 24 yards to the house, and it's an early 6-0 lead for the Patriots. His buddy Anthony Villanueva, who also shares time with him at linebacker on defense, he gets into it, a 19-yard scamper, hard runner, takes it in, and it is a 13-0 Liberty lead after 1 quarter for the Patriots over Clovis West. In the second quarter, Hector Gonzalez, the quarterback, shows he's got some wheels too, drops back, can't find anybody, does the rest himself, scampers through. 18-yard touchdown run, and Liberty is rolling once again up 21-0 here early in the second quarter. Play action now for Gonzalez. Fakes it to Villanueva. Drops back. Fires. Finds Winston Jounty for the touchdown. And the Patriots are just bludgeoning the Golden Eagles. And finally here, one more time, Gonzalez, nice dump off to Ramon Hernandez, who just got his first D1 offer from San Jose State this week. He does the rest, 13-yard touchdown pass, and it's 47-14 route for Liberty, and they've got a huge one tomorrow night. We'll get into that one in just a second. Liberty, 2-1, ranked number 4 in our Central Section rankings, taking on undefeated Buchanan out of Clovis, the 3rd-ranked team on our rankings. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Nick Papagni, you know him, the Pag Meter, he's going to be on. We're going to have some fun with that. We'll be right back.